यदि हारी हिम्मत तूने तो हार ही जाएगा। कदम बढ़ाना मन में अपने रखना तू उम्मीद, कदम बढ़ाना मन में अपने रखना तू उम्मीद। मन के हारे हार है भैया, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है प्यारे, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है यारा, मन के जीते जीत। पसीने को कभी मोती कभी सोना बनाएगी, भरोसा रख तेरी मेहनत यकीनन रंग लाएगी। पसीने को कभी मोती कभी सोना बनाएगी, भरोसा रख तेरी मेहनत यकीनन रंग लाएगी। इरादे तू जो अपने आसमां से ऊंचे रखेगा, इरादे तू जो अपने आसमां से ऊंचे रखेगा। मेरा दावा है मंजिल खुद तेरी चौखट पे आएगी, मेरा दावा है मंजिल खुद तेरी चौखट पे आएगी। हाथ थाम कर एक दूजे का गाओ प्रेम के गीत, हाथ थाम कर एक दूजे का गाओ प्रेम के गीत। मन के हारे हार है भैया, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है यारा, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है बंधु, मन के जीते जीत। हमें मालूम है मुश्किल बड़ी ये जिंदगानी है, बहुत बाधाएं हैं फिर भी तो नदियों में रवानी है। हमें मालूम है मुश्किल बड़ी ये जिंदगानी है, बहुत बाधाएं हैं फिर भी तो नदियों में रवानी है। थका ना जो रुका ना राह में हरदम बढ़ागे, थका ना जो रुका ना राह में हरदम बढ़ागे। जिन्होंने हार ना मानी अमर उनकी कहानी है, जिन्होंने हार ना मानी अमर उनकी कहानी है। कल कल करती नदियों का तू सुन मीठा संगीत, कल कल करती नदियों का तू सुन मीठा संगीत। मन के हारे हार है भैया, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है प्यारे, मन के जीते जीत। मन के हारे हार है यारा, मन के जीते जीत।
Very good morning, sir. Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please confirm if I'm audible, Simranji.
Yes, ma'am, you're on.
Yes, Richa Didi, you're audible.
A very pleasant morning to all of you. I, Richa, on behalf of Dia Delhi, would like to welcome you all to today's mains paper discussion by our respected Sandeep Mahajan sir, who is also the stalwart of geography in the field of UPSC. There are always three speeches for everyone you actually gave: the one that you practiced, the one that you gave, and the one that you wish you could have given. In UPSC examination, to align these three together and minimize what you actually deliver, we need to practice as well as properly analyze the PYQs. Answer writing is the foundational skill for success in this exam. It not only helps us convey our knowledge, but also demonstrate the ability to analyze and communicate the complex ideas effectively. And in order to write such an answer, we also need to analyze and understand the demand of the question. We are thankful to Sir to take out his precious time and guide us through this tough process. With this small introduction, I would like to request you to take over, Sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So recently, you would have seen that mains questions, like last week itself, UPSC had conducted mains exam, and which is dream of many students to write and enter to that stage. But if we have to be prepared, if we have to give answers to such questions, first we need to understand how UPSC is changing its patterns. Many of you might be freshers, or even if you're preparing, it would have been in the last 4 to 5 years. We have been in the field from at least 15 to 18 years. If not in the teaching field, at least observing and analyzing UPSC, we have done in the last 15 to 18 years. Now, I'll take up the questions and I'll tell you what to write, what not to write. That is a common process that happens. Before that, I just want you people to realize one thing. See, any question which is already given, if I take them and if I try to tell you what should be the ideal answer, that is available in internet as well. You don't need a faculty to sit and tell you what should be the points. But I want to use this opportunity to ensure that your thinking process towards mains improves. And from today, any topic if you're preparing, you are trying to consider that particular topic from that point of view. So, a brief history about UPSC mains so that you understand how to pick up the points. Guys, to begin with, initially, before 2013, you had two optionals. And two optionals were for 4 papers. Two GS papers and 1 essay. Each paper was for 300 marks. And what UPSC used to do is, so they used to give you question papers and they used to give plain sheets. Fine. How much ever sheets you want, like college, how much ever sheets you want, you can write. UPSC will not stop any issue, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Is there any issue? No, right?
No, sir, no issues.
Okay. Yeah. So they used to give us plain sheets, and these plain sheets we can take n number and write. Later, UPSC realized that if a question is for 10 marks, some students are writing in 1 page, some students are writing in 3 pages. So UPSC decided that I should reduce and give proper space. No one should write beyond a particular page. So what they did, if it is a 10-mark question, what UPSC does now, in the 2 sheets that are available to you, they will write question in English and Hindi and give you place below. And this gap that is there for you is 16 centimeter gap. Even by chance, you should not write here and you should not write here. That is for evaluators. And according to my information and the talks that we had with you, like, there will be 2 evaluators for every paper. This side, first evaluator will evaluate and give marks. This side, second evaluator will evaluate and give marks. So that is the reason you should not write. And let us say the first evaluator gave you 5 marks for 10, like, 5 marks out of 10. And the second evaluator gave 7 out of 10. So what they will do, your marks will be 5 plus 7 divided by 2, 6. Average of these 2 will be given to you. Fine. All these are new modifications done. Now, after 2013, UPSC introduced 5 GS papers and 2 optional papers. That is like, 1 optional subject with 2 papers. And now they reduced it to 250 marks. So this we know. But you see what happened is, before 2013, UPSC was asking static questions. Everything used to be static questions. You read a book, go and write, you will get marks. You need not worry at all. And it was the time when any hard-working student who read a book, go write, he will clear. But after 2013, UPSC started interlinking with current affairs. Current affairs became very, very important post 2013. Now we are in 2023. UPSC has started doing one more thing, that is interlinking of subjects. What are they doing? History, they are combining with geography. Society, they are combining with geography. So today it is more about interlinking of the subjects, which requires lot of conceptual clarity. And you see, there are two ways to look at it. One type of questions are specific questions. Another type of questions are general questions. What is the meaning of specific and general questions? You see, first, where are like earthquakes in India? So this is a specific question. You have to write answer specifically. You need to tell where exactly earthquakes are present in India. You can't change your answer. You can't write what you want. But this is general. What is general? General is what is earthquake preparedness in India? Now, when I see this, earthquake preparedness in India, I can't write specific points. I have to write generalized points. Why water resources are not available in India? Right? So questions are becoming general. If it is specific, you need to write to the point. If it is general, you need to write 360 degree. That means you have to write from all the perspectives. That means you need to bring in society, you need to bring in history, economy, polity, what all you can. If you can bring and write a particular answer, it will be right more sensible. So this shift is happening. So when there is shift from specific to general, it is not easy for us to answer easily. For this, we need, most importantly, clarity of the topic. And second thing, what is more important is notes. You should start making your own notes. Without your own notes, it is not at all possible for us to get clarity. Now, what is the notes? See, in the last, few days, G20 is in news. Khalistan is in news. Women reservation bill is in news. Sanatana Dharma is in news. Morocco earthquake is in news. Libya floods. If you look, UPSC asked a question on Sanatana Dharma in a different language. Vedic culture, is it still prevalent in our society? Is associated with this particular topic itself. Libya floods are associated with large dams. And the question about large dams is seen. Any topic, guys, if you have, you just need to ensure that you have notes on this. Notes doesn't mean each and every line I keep writing. No. What is notes? Notes is about keywords. Keywords. If you have keywords, what is the keywords? In one of the classes when I was teaching you about atmosphere, I told you the keywords like primordial atmosphere, removal of primordial atmosphere, like that. Those keywords must be there. Only then your answer will be good and your memory also improves. Now, given all these things, let us start thinking about the questions that are there. First, bring out the socio-economic effects of the introduction of railways in different countries of the world. See, what is the keyword here? Socio-economic effects, right? Introduction of railways. And where are they asking? Different countries of the world. So what are the three things, three words that I must focus in my answer? First, what are the three words? The first most important word is social and economic impact. The second word is about railways. Third, they are not asking about India, but they are asking about the world. Fine. Now, this topic is associated with geography, and within geography, this is from transportation chapter. If you can see 8th standard NCERT resources book and 12th standard NCERT fundamentals of human geography, it talks about the importance of railways in social and economic life, not just in India, but in the world. So guys, how should I think now? You see, first thing is, I should not focus more on railways. Railways is just introduction part. Why? If I start telling where railways are there, in 1853, India got its first railway line. Like, railways are present in these many zones in India. Some of the major railway zones are not required. It's only introduction. What is introduction? Introduction should be related to this and this. What is the meaning of that? Railways has played a very significant role in changing social and economic impact in different parts of the world. Or railways has played a very important role, and it has affected the society and the economy in different parts of the world. Anyhow, you write, but remember, your introduction is only about this. You're trying to link it. And remember, if you're writing 100 words or 150 words, 10% should be introduction. That means hardly 10 to 15 words must be introduction. This is rule, guys. Rule of writing essays, answers. It shouldn't be like, half a page, one big paragraph and all. No. Hardly it should be 10%. Fine. Now, what is the body? And guys, worst part is never write introduction. Body. Conclusion. It looks very odd. I'll tell you, there is difference between a trained dog and a human being. Human being has mind. He should apply his mind. When institutions teach you, it should have introduction, it should have body, it should have conclusion. The meaning of that is all the three must be present. It doesn't mean, okay, you have to write introduction and write body and then write conclusion and then write. Fine. So what happens, okay, if I take 20 students who have written from same institution, answer looks same. They understand that all these people have copied from same things. They won't give you marks. So what is more important for us is to have that flow. Now, what is the most important thing? Social and economic impact is the question. Question is not about railways, please understand. Question is more about social and economic impact. Okay. Now, writing impact is not enough. We have to prove the impact by giving examples. So if I have to give examples, I have to give examples from not just India, but also from the world. I hope you understood. So examples must be from the world. Now you have two choices, guys. You can differentiate social impact. You can also differentiate economic impact. What is economic impact? If I see what all comes under economic impact, first, you see, this economy basically means primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. I'm not talking about economy from your economy point of view. I'm talking with respect to geographical aspects. What is the primary sector or primary means? One is resources and agriculture. Second, I need to talk about industries. Tertiary is about services. Now, I want you people to think and tell me here, is there any linkage between railways and resources? Can railways help in resources? How will it help? Cheap transportation. Yes. Supply chain, resources with industries. Correct? Yes. Second, does it has any role in agriculture? Supply of agricultural services? Yes. Yes, good. Then, does it has any impact on services? Services basically can include our tourism as well. Fine. Do you understand how to think? Economy basically means we need to link with these three aspects. Next comes our society. How society? Society includes people. In geography, society basically means people in the form of labor. Why do I need people? People I need for labor, migration, employment, most importantly, if you have people, they'll provide market. And urbanization. Good. You tell me, can Railways help in labor connectivity. Does it lead to migration, employment? Does it help in connectivity of market? Yes. So guys, do you understand the meaning of 360-degree now? How to think? So you tell me, tomorrow I will change the question. Okay, I will change the question. Yeah, or in urbanization, you can also talk about slums more. That's true. But the main intention of me asking this is, let us think in this point of view. Tomorrow, they may bring about a new concept called as Sagarmala project in India, or Bharatmala project in India, or let us talk about industrial corridors. They may give any term and they will ask us to write its socio-economic impact. Yes, see, I'm telling you, it's a general question. As it is a general question, you should try to write as many points as possible, and it never ends. There is nothing like you cannot write, but minimum that should come to your mind are these aspects, right? But now my question to you, let me ask you in a different form. Today, internet and space, I link it with this, both space and internet. How do they affect society and economy? Fine. You should be able to talk about, with the help of space satellites, will I be able to locate the resources? Do we have resource sat? Can we monitor agriculture? Can we monitor industries? Can we provide services? Yes. All this comes under the socio-economic impact. See, when I say study from previous year questions, what you must do, you should sit and think. Fine, what is the question asked? They are asking about socio-economic impact. Not about, okay, can I answer for this? No. Preparation should be socio-economic impact anywhere in the world, any topic in the world. I should be able to answer. How should I prepare for that? Tomorrow when I go, they might not ask similar language. They may ask something more to it. How should I prepare? What should be my notes? How should my notes be? These are the things that are very, very important. Next. You see, discuss the consequences of climate change on the food security in tropical countries. Yes, can you tell the 3 keywords here for me? Can you tell the three keywords here? Which are the three words that are important for me? Consequences of climate change on food security. Yes, I have to talk about climate change. I need to talk about food security and in tropical countries. Good. Can you tell me here, do I need to elaborate what is climate change? Or do I need to talk about climate change briefly and come to food security? Should I focus more on food security? Yes. Yes. Then yes. You tell me, what is the role of tropical countries? Why I should use tropical countries for? No. Tropical countries are the examples. Good. We need to talk about examples from the tropical countries. Now, let us see how exactly we need to think. Guys, they are talking about food security. Can I say food security is associated with agriculture? And within agriculture, for me, for agriculture, first thing is rain or water. Second most important thing, seeds. Third, irrigation. Fourth, I need electricity. Soil, correct? Fertilizer. Okay. Now guys, now everyone see here quickly. Climate change basically means change in temperature because of which water availability changes, seeds change, fertilizer effect is not there, soil is not affected due to climate change. But if there are floods, if there are droughts, soil erosion may also increase. Food security basically means agriculture, but you can give a small line, not in detail about it. Now guys, now you tell me, see, if I talk more about this, I'm shifting towards climate change. I need to link this with this. So can I say, due to climate change, water availability for agriculture is reducing? Yes. Now, can you people tell me, one, we get it through rain, another one, we get it through irrigation. Can I say rainfall pattern has changed due to climate change? Monsoon has changed. Droughts have increased. All this I need to write with respect to rain. That means first I need to identify 2 points. That is, food security requires rain, seeds, irrigation, power, soil, and how these are affected due to climate change. So what I need to do, I need to put what we call as subheadings. And write first one, water availability, and then explain. Explanation should be how tropical countries get rainfall and how this rainfall is affected. Second, I need to talk about seeds. Guys, see, I'm not going in depth and answering, mainly because most of you are freshers. You don't know these answers. At least you don't know specifically to write. I'll just give an example. When we talk about agriculture, I will be teaching you about the importance of seeds. In India, during, before Green Revolution, we had 50,000 variety of rice, guys. Do you know which state is known as rice bowl of India? Which state is known as rice bowl of India? Chhattisgarh. See guys, percentage wise, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal acts as rice bowl, but Chhattisgarh is also called as rice bowl of India. And do you know why? See, Andhra Pradesh is because of percentage of rice cultivated. Chhattisgarh is because you have 20,000 varieties of rice. Can you imagine? 20,000 varieties of rice. Now, everywhere we have only one variety, HYV. This is the main reason. Now what has happened? There is only one variety. And due to climate change, if this variety doesn't work, then entire yield will be lost. So do you understand now? Earlier, we had 50,000 varieties. Due to climate change, if one doesn't work, the other used to work. But now we have only one variety. And if this variety gets affected, entire crop is gone. So this is the impact on seeds. Now my point is, without teaching you these points, it is of no use for me to just give the points to show the knowledge. But are you understanding how to think and link with the questions? So let us focus more on these aspects. See, why is the world today confronted with a crisis of availability and access to fresh water resources? Okay, can you tell the key words here, guys? Are they talking about water or are they talking about fresh water? Fresh water, is it? Okay, can you divide the question into two parts? Can you divide it into two parts? Very good. What are the two words here? One is availability, another one is access. You see here, answer should be written for 2 points, 5 marks each. 5 marks is for availability and 5 marks is for freshwater resource. Sorry, access to freshwater resources. Have you heard about Jal Jeevan Mission? Yes. Are we talking about providing fresh water to people? Drinking water to people? Do you understand why question is asked? Now do you understand why question is asked? You tell me, if they give direct question, Jal Jeevan Mission, what you will do? You will write the scheme. Indirectly, they are asking you about fresh water availability and access. You tell me you are an IAS officer. You are an IAS officer in Bundelkhand region of India. Okay. Government of India has called you and told, I want to implement Jal Jeevan Mission. Give me a report. Can you tell me, to provide water to any region, what are the 2 things you need? You tell me this. What are the 2 things you need? First, can I tell, I should know from where to take water? The transportation is fine, but the first, what is the first point? Water availability. Good. Now you tell me, in Rajasthan, if I need to give water, no, I'm not asking you to focus on Jal Jeevan Mission, but I'm trying to tell, if your notes was on Jal Jeevan Mission, if you have collected notes for Jal Jeevan Mission in a proper manner, these type of answers are easier. You see, yes, we need to think about availability. We need to write about availability first. Now they are not asking only with respect to India, they are asking with respect to world. So we need to talk about availability of fresh water in the world. Now, what is the meaning of the world? World basically means Can I say, guys, world basically means forest area, grassland area, desert area. Can we say that? Yes. Areas closer to oceans, areas closer to rivers, areas closer to lakes. So that is one part. You need to talk about availability, why it changes with region. Rainfall changes, rivers changes, underground water availability changes. You need to talk about those. Second is access. And when we talk about access, it is about human conditions. Access is mainly associated with human conditions. That point should be there. Then guys, you see here, how are forts formed? Why do they constitute some of the most picturesque areas of the world? You see, in any map, if you take this, you will have these type of features near the poles. In any world map, if you take, I will show you here. Can you see in this particular part below this? See here. Okay, let me make it big. You see here? Can you see these lines? These lines? These lines? These are called as forts. And this we will be reading in geography specifically. So that's why the question is asked. Guys, look at this question. Why is this southwest monsoon called Purvaya, easterly in Bhojpur region? How has the directional seasonal wind influenced the cultural ethos of the region? 5 marks for Purvaya and 5 marks for cultural ethos. Now, geographically, I will be teaching you this. You see, in India, southwest monsoons come like this. This is your Aravallis. This is Vindhyas and Satpuras. Now, some winds go like this. They hit Himalayas and other mountains, and they move like this. As they are moving from east to west, it is called as easterly in Bhojpur region of Bihar and all. Now my question to you is, everyone after my class, you will be able to answer first part of the question. That is why it is called as easterly, you will be able to answer. There is no doubt about it, because it's a very simple concept for any student who have read it. But my question is with respect to the Bhojpur region. South Indians are not aware about this. Rajasthan people might not be aware about this. Northeast India people might not be aware about this. Correct? So you tell me tomorrow, if they ask you a question about like Sankranti in India, like Sankranti in South India, what is the significance of it? If they ask you a question on like Northeast India culture, you tell me, will you be able to answer for 5 marks about it? It's not necessary, right? That like we know all the festivals in India and how is it associated. Can we be able to talk? Guys, remember this. Here I'm talking about geography plus culture. First thing is, can you tell me festivals are celebrated mostly because of what? Harvesting? Can we say agriculture? And along with agriculture, let us also talk about primary activity. Second important thing, is it associated with economy? People's economy? Does it influence food in the region or food during that particular time? Does it lead to any sort of cultural practices during that particular time? Yes, I am not aware about like the Bhojpur region, but still I want to write the answer. I'm not aware about Andhra Pradesh, still I want to write answer. I'm not aware about like let me say Kerala, I want to write answer about it. Can I use this and elaborate a bit and write answer safely? Are you understanding how to make notes? How to collect points? How to think? Yes. See, guys. Yeah. Muskan, what I'm trying to tell is, when any time, if they give you any particular area and ask you to link it with geography part you can explain, but cultural part we can't write. And in India, most of the religious things are associated with agriculture or primary activities. So if you say Sankranti is celebrated in January, why? Because that is harvesting time, and that is the time when they get rainfall due to northeast trade winds. So like that, I will be telling you which season where they get rainfall. You need to link it with this. Second important thing, it affects economy of almost all the people who are part of that particular region. The food habits of that particular region will be associated with that particular climatic conditions. And several cultural practices, it may be festivals, it may be like the products that are used in the festival, right? Everything is associated with that particular rain. So for me, any question if they ask you, this must be the case. Yes, regional songs will be created. Very good. Please comment on the resource potentials of the long coastline of India and highlight the status of natural hazard preparedness in these areas. See guys, are they asking resource or are they asking resource potentials? See, resource potentials, that means possibility. Fine. So here, resources with respect to oceans or coastline is always food resources, energy resources, biotic resources. Biotic resources means mangroves, forest, etc. And here in this question, they have linked it with disaster management, and where they are asking you specifically about how exactly the preparedness is. Last is identify and discuss the factors responsible for diversity of natural vegetation in India. See, first we need to identify, second we need to discuss the factors responsible for diversity of natural vegetation in India. Guys, natural vegetation normally is because of what? Temperature, rainfall, soil, true. See, temperature, I divide it in the basis of tropical, subtropical, temperate, forest, etc. On the basis of rainfall, I can see forest, I can see grassland, I can see desert, I can see cold desert tundra region. On the basis of soil fertility also, like availability of soil, mountain forest will be different compared to plains. These areas we try to discuss this. And this is a direct question asked from the class, so we can work on it. Assess the significance of wildlife sanctuaries in rainforest regions of India. So there are like 3 rainforest regions: Andaman and Nicobar. We are talking about Western Ghats and Northeast India. So rainforest regions. After the class, it will be easy for you. And wildlife sanctuaries, if you talk about it, it's more than enough. So you see here, this particular paper, in this, the question is geography plus disaster management. In this, it is geography plus environment, right? So apart from this, even in paper 3, that is in economic geography and all, guys, lot of questions are at the optional level itself. So the one who understands geography interlinking with different subjects in the optionals, it is easy to answer these type of questions. So those people who will be taking geography, for you, it will be a cakewalk. It will give additional advantage for you. And for others, if you are thinking about PSIR, definitely polity questions, like to some extent ethics questions are comfortable for you. If we are talking about sociology, society questions are comfortable for you. So every subject has its advantages and disadvantages. But as we are dealing with this specific part, I wanted to talk about this. So guys, I hope the session was helpful. I know you have another sessions now. So economics is a very good optional. Paper 3 will be definitely helpful for you. Fine. Yes, anthro, you take the case of what you call literature. These doesn't have overlapping with GS case. Independently, you need to study that particular optional. History, history is everything. You read everything from historical point of view. But just be careful before choosing every option. Go through all the sessions, understand the importance, and then take. Because once you choose an optional, once you take coaching of that, students are not in a position to change optionals, and because of that, they get stuck. Choosing a wrong optional which doesn't suit you is also bad, guys. I know many people who have chosen maths, socio, anthro, and they have come to geography. Some people who have chosen geography and then have shifted. So I see all type of people. But please understand, don't go by what is good for others. Listen to teachers, listen to positives and negatives, because a topper from anthro metal, it is easier. A topper from geography metal, it is easier or difficult based on his own experience. So you just see from your own point of view what works and what doesn't work. Fine. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.